Hey everybody, this is Hunter from That Hashtag Show, and we're here today with David Blue Garcia, the director of Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and here he is. And we'll just get right into it since we're on a little bit of a time crunch here. But first off, I want to say thank you so much for having me, for letting me interview you, and thank you so much for making a great Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I saw it last night. I did a double feature with both of the original one and this one. Um, it's upsetting, it's disturbing, it's terrifying, and it's amazing. So thank you very much.
Oh man, it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm glad you love it. Thank you.
Yeah. So right off the bat, you have directed one other movie besides this, Tejano. This is your major, I guess, studio debut as a director. Just go through a little bit how that feels to direct Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface as your sort of second directorial film.
It's such an honor. I grew up in Texas. I still live here. I grew up driving roads that look like the roads in the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I was aware of the legacy of that film, not only as a Texas film, but as a film that the entire world knows about. So it was a little bit daunting to come onto this project and to be, tasked with, bringing the sequel to life. But my first film is called Tejano, which literally means Texan in Spanish. So I think there's no better director.
I agree. You did a very good job. You worked with Fede Alvarez on this, who obviously did the Evil Dead remake that is wonderful. What was it like, just a little bit, working with him and the creative team behind this film?
It was really awesome to come on, and I was really thankful that Fede, believed in me and took me under his wing. He's been there before. He was tasked with, he did a short film and then he had to do Evil Dead. So, he had a lot in front of him, and he was able to mentor me and give me a lot of tips. Bring me up to speed on shooting practical blood effects, which is really important for us. To us in this film, to make it feel real, to capture things in camera. And we had a lot of long late night conversations those first few weeks as filming got started. So
that's awesome to hear about Fede and you guys working together. What is your favorite aspect of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise? I know it's a very long and storied franchise, and each of the entries are pretty different from one another, especially Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 and 2 especially. But what is your favorite aspect, or one of your favorite things about the franchise as a whole?
One of my favorite things is just I first saw it in middle school. It came on cable. I knew nothing about it. I started watching it and I just was like, what is this? Is it a documentary? I thought it was real, and as soon as Leatherface popped on screen, I was so terrified that I had to turn the TV off. Of course, eventually I turned it back on to finish the story. But the point is, it's just one of those movies that sticks in your mind, and, everyone remembers their first Texas Chainsaw Massacre experience. And, my goal with this film is to just introduce a new generation, give them a similar kind of experience, and hopefully they'll remember it and also go back and explore the original film if they haven't seen it.
Speaking of that, the original film is known for not exactly showing the brutality that Leatherface commits in his family in the first movie, but this film, your film in particular, has lots and lots of brutal kills, lots of brutality from Leatherface. Was the brutality in the script, or did you guys, while you were shooting, sort of, without giving anything away with some of the kills, because obviously we want everyone to see those, but was some of that brutality in the script, or did you guys kind of massage it a little bit to give it some extra oomph while you were shooting?
That's a great question. A lot of the brutality is in the script, and obviously there are certain kills, but as a director, you come in and also challenged by Fede Alvarez. It's like, let's push the audience further. Let's make them see really uncomfortable things. So it was really fun for me to come up with more kills, to come up with special kills. And, even other crew members would have ideas, and we'd explore how to do that. And so we got to add a lot to the script. And I think people who love gore are going to definitely have fun with this film.
Okay, cool. So we'll just get to our last question here. And where do you think that Texas Chainsaw Massacre goes from here? Without spoiling anything, obviously, for the film, but where do you think it goes from this film?
I can't really say. I have a lot of ideas for where it can go, and it's all up to the powers that be on whether we get to do another one and continue exploring this character, or even maybe tell something of the timeline before this story, in the 50 years that Leatherface was at the orphanage.
Well, thank you so much to David Blue Garcia for this interview. Texas Chainsaw Massacre comes out on February 18th on Netflix, and go watch it. It's wonderful. You'll get to see our full review and everything on that#show.com. And thank you, David, for the interview, and thank you for making a wonderful Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.